Welcome to tonight's full moon, blood moon. And let's use this. My intention is to use this opportunity for clearing all karmic cycles. And also, I know I worked on it already during the week, but I want to go deeper into it. And that's separation and war, or anything that's in the system which is ready to be completed. So, welcome to this full moon webinar. If you're new in this work, welcome. It's working energetically. So I'm working with the law of reflection, basically. So whatever I work with in my own system through quantum entanglement, it's going to work in your system. And so beautiful to connect with so many beautiful souls from all over the world. And at this time when there's a great awakening happening. And for me, it's really, really crucial that I become aware of what games are going on within my own system and within the world around me, and what, if we're being played by the puppet masters, and do I go into that game or do I step out of that game and bring more consciousness into my life? So a lot of systems are open, which gives us the opportunity to clear them, which is fantastic. And I invite you to really take self-responsibility to whatever triggers are open in you, that you simply allow them to go back to the origin. And I'm going to support you just to really integrate whatever's open in you. And then we can take a new paradigm shift within our own systems. And we step out of these games of separation and blaming and hatred and destruction, because they are wounds. They're all wounds. It's all programming and manipulation in the system. On a soul level, we are whole, we are love, we are connected to our own God, creator inside and around us. And there is no destruction on a creation level. So I invite you to take a deep breath into your heart, as I'm going to just guide you on a meditation to integrate whatever is in your own system, which is ready to be integrated. And I'll do that through working in my own system. So if you want to just take a little stretch and taking a deep breath as we open up the systems even more. And this will really work deep on the cellular level. So I invite you to really open up with intention the heart brain. So the heart brain, just with intention, and breathing into the heart and slowly releasing. Beautiful. And then, great, it's open. And now let's set the intention to open up the subconsciousness within our systems. By just intention is enough. Breathing into your heart with intention to open up subconscious memory fields, programming, manipulation, which may be in the system. Beautiful. And also genetic imprints, because our ancestors' experiences and wounds are in our systems. And if our ancestors were manipulated, that information is within us. So let's also transform that for the ancestors and for ourselves by simply taking a deep breath into the cells and giving space. And the power of the full moon is supporting us with this huge transformation opportunity. Beautiful. Now, within the body, there's a body, brain in itself, and it's operating as well. And maybe there's a lot of programming there. So let's breathe into the nervous system first, activating the nervous system by intention and opening up the nervous system with intention. Beautiful. As we go deeper and deeper into the nervous system. Very nice. And now set the intention to really go deeper into the bone marrow, into the cells, and opening up the cells again, even deeper. Breathing into the cells and releasing. as we go deeper and deeper and open up the cells. And even the membrane around the cells, we can open this information, the membrane around the bones, the skull, the brain. Very good, very good. So whatever's open in your system usually belongs to multiple places. And as you're the child of your parents, your biological parents, and if you're adopted, it's okay. Your soul knows who your biological parents are. The parents who brought you up are like parents, but honoring them like parents, but they're not your biological. So I want to connect with your genetics. So imagine you're standing in front of your biological parents, and your mom biologically is on the left-hand side behind you. Dad is biologically behind you on the right side. And now this opens up the connection with the ancestors, because that information is within us and they're living within us. Beautiful. And you're the child of the ancestors. Also, I'd like to honor, because this brings destruction in, if there's any missing children from miscarriage, termination in the system. A lot of souls come through miscarriage, termination to get into the genetics, but knew the timeline and didn't want the full human experience, but they entered into the genetics. And what happens is it's such a big trauma in mom or dad's system that they turn away. So I want to honor all your children on front of you, connecting to their siblings as you, the mom or the dad, and also honoring the ancestors, unknown children too, that they're connected to their biological mom and dad. Any guilt, shame, destruction can be released. And then also we may have past life charges within our emotions, within our system, where we didn't complete a past life, and that may be in us. So the past life information goes up through the etheric field, and it's emotional signature code, which goes up. And then when that's cleared from the body, then that brings us back the soul information we left behind. The only reason I work with past lives is because they're in your system. If they're in your system, they're in the time, they're in now, and we work with them. Beautiful. And then also from the womb, if you're in your grandmother's womb on your mom's side, because you're an egg there. So you may have grandma's information or mom's experience and her experience in the womb, plus your own experience on the left side. And also your dad around conception, whatever stress he's going on. And then whatever you have around birth up to now. The majority of wounds are created from the womb up to the age of 16, and then the systems close, and then we open up those wounds later, not unless it's very heavy situations, which is happening in the world now, where this war or destruction that can create more wounds in the system after the age of 16, 17. Very good. So breathing in, opening up the system. Beautiful. I want to honor all the children who didn't feel seen, loved, protected, safe, heard, wanted. Who felt used, abused. I want to honor each one of them and all the ancestors' children who felt, inner child who felt used, unloved, maybe not wanted, abused, not seen, not heard. And I want to connect with them. I invite to connect with them all now. And just, I hear you. I feel you. I see you. I hear you. Connecting to the oversoul, the full soul of ourselves that is healed already, that is whole already. And this part of us can protect us and support us through this transformation right now. And any guilt, shame, burdens that's in our system can be released. Our soul can release them. Any destruction, hatred, violence, aggression cycles also can be released. heaviness, burdens, codependence can be released, sadness, any nastiness taken on from ancestors or your own system or vanishing twins also can be released. Maybe there's an addiction to the adrenaline of drama, of being sad, of being a victim. Let's bring that up and clear it. Games. Addicted to games, addicted to suffering. Maybe your system is rejecting or doesn't know how to sit with pleasure, joy, love, compassion. And your system wants to create more drama, wounds, because you're addicted to that. Or it's pleasure in a way, on a perverted way. And yeah, beautiful. So I'm just working with these programs because they can be from the ancestors too. Also, it can be from the birth canal experience where there's pushing, contraction from another person, being your mom, and her sexual energy is open. So there could be this pushing and pulling, pushing and pulling. Clearing this. And with your permission, just clearing this information from the cells, any frozen memory fields, violence on the body, sabotage, leading into the heart space as these memory fields transform. Also, I'd like to set the intention that we release any grief we're carrying from ourselves, from the womb, maybe from losing a twin or losing a loved one, sibling, or from the ancestors' grief. And grief, imagine like a ribbon unraveling from your system and just allowing the grief to unravel from your core and your heart, because that blocks the heart and blocks presence. So it's really important to unravel the grief that may be from somebody else as well, and your own grief. And see, we think a lot of this has belonged to us, but it's actually maybe the grief of my grandma, my mom, my dad, even a partner, could be even a friend, anyone I entangled with, or the collective grief, sadness, pain. And we're all here to have our own personal experience, which is correct for our soul. And it's important not to step into other people's experiences. So let's release anyone else's burdens or experiences which you're carrying, because it's important that they have that for their soul growth, their soul contracts, which they signed up for. That may sound very hard, but we all sound different contracts for different experiences to clear karmic information. Beautiful. Let's clear rape and sexual abuse from the system, from the ancestral line, war energies, destruction, abandonment, relation, mind control is going to be very strong. Let's clear this. And we've been terrorized with the last pandemic to do, maybe agree in doing things we didn't, our soul didn't want us to do. And that's okay if you did it, it's all experience. And then also we're being terrorized by the media to activate hatred, resentment, wounds. So we go along with what the mainstream wants us to feel or hate. And maybe we're all being played by the one side. So it's important to bring consciousness to that if you feel it's your experience, your truth, looking at the bigger picture, not being hijacked by your emotions when you see things on TV or you're being told things by politicians. Be aware of people terrorizing you, so you make these short-sighted decisions or go into fear or rage, terror, and just transforming these fields. Beautiful. Breathing into your cells. There's a lot has left and a lot is leaving. And it's leaving from the nervous system, the cells, subconsciousness. And the power of the full moon is really supporting us with this, to release all these old judgments and karmic cycles and comparisons and pointing the fingers at different sides, taking sides. We're all the children of God, brothers, sisters of each other. It's not about nationality or divides or countries or religious belief systems, political systems. We're all children at heart. So let's release all the programming around manipulation, around whatever it is, religions, politics, divides, countries, borders, separation. Let's release all this and go back to basics. Let's go back to kindness, the human connection, the inner child in us that's innocent, that's pure, that's born pure, God's child, child of the universe, child of source, God's consciousness, whatever it is for you. Let's go back to our essence. And as part of us that is conscious already, that knows in this time and space, there's so much manipulation games going on. And maybe I've been hijacked by these games. Maybe I'm part of the games. And really bringing consciousness to that and allowing that part of you to release the veils, which are around your senses, your eyes, your ears, your voice, your heart, your emotions. Let's release all these programs from the system by choice, because you have free will. So what I'm sharing with you, it's your free will. Do you want to release the programming? It's your free will to choose. Do you want to release anything which is not aligned with creation from your system? Even if you're not aware you're programmed, because we don't know we're programmed actually. We don't know that the subconsciousness is running us. And then with free will, we can choose to release whatever programs in our system that we are not aware of, which is running our system in the subconsciousness, to divide us from being our creator, from our innocence, from our purity. And you can ask your creator to release that now by choice. Anything you're not aware of that's in your system, which is disconnecting you from your essence, your purest essence and innocence, to release this from your system and from your epigenetics in the DNA from the ancestors. So we do it for everyone that's connected to our systems right here, right now, by choice, because I'm a creator and I have the right as a creator with free will to release whatever I choose from my own system. I'm choosing, in my personal experience, to release what I'm not aware of, which is not coherent with creation, with my creator, which may bring up hatred in my system, destruction, violence in my system, or sabotage, manipulation, I'm choosing to release right here, right now, from the highest supreme laws of the universe, from my system. And I ask these veils to be released, all of them, all of the programming out of my system completely. Out of my soul plan, and everything I'm complete with, I close and release those soul contracts. And I invite the ancestors to do the same thing. Any soul contracts that we've just completed, I invite them to close it too, and make a new choice to connect to their innocence, their essence, their purity, the wholeness of their soul. As I connect deeper with my essence. And I ask my spirit to release this from my cells, my bones, my body, my organs, my blood, my aura, my mind, my mental body, my astral body, from all my subtle bodies. And to go back into unity consciousness, creation, and have complete connection with the divine, with my God, directly. So I invite you to set the intention that anything which is creating a veil from you as a creator, your God consciousness, anything that's in the way, I invite you to, with your free will, to ask your higher self to release these veils and obstacles that are in your channel. Right here, right now, chips, implants, codes, going direct with your light, your innocence, cleaning your channel from obstacles, all shadow aspects of yourself, the dark sides of yourself are created from wounds, or ancestral wounds, inner child wounds, from 0 to 16. So I give compassion to all those wounded children and abused children who maybe are taking over the system to do destruction. I don't accept what they're doing, but I accept their wounds. And I give compassion to these wounded children who were not safe, who felt not safe, who felt judged, who felt used, and now they want to revenge or destroy. So I send compassion to them, love, I feel you, I hear you, I see you, I love you, I'm here for you. You're needed in the system. To all the inner children, you are needed. Without you, we lose ourselves. You are needed. Your creativity, your courage, your essence, your innocence is needed. You are needed here. In my heart. So all the aspects that I've splintered from creation, inviting them all back into the heart with love and acceptance. No judgments. Beautiful. As we're going deeper, deeper into the heart space, where there's a grief that's coming out, which opens new spaces for you to connect to your own vulnerability. Let's go deeper. And now releasing more from the lungs. heart, and the organs. And we're always making ourselves empty. I always find when I'm doing these webinars that it's a point where my mind becomes empty. And that's where spirit feels more space inside, less noise. So everything we worked on that's complete, we set the intention to close it, release the soul contracts, and then the new conscious part of my being can drop in and ground into my cells, into my body, into my mind, into my heart, brain, into my digestion, into my cells. Breathing into the cells, creating more space. All your light can come in, your innocence, your self-confidence, your self-value, enlightenment aspect. Your Christ consciousness. Breathing into your fresh cells. As all your light comes in, your essence comes into the new places, inviting your whole being into your cells, your core in the new way. Beautiful. And into your spine, into your back in the new way. All the soul fragments can come back. Soul contracts complete. Your essence can come into your front, your left and right side. For me, it's always important. Spirit always asks me to balance the directions because we are the non-physical in a physical body, and we change the vibration and the connection with the communication with the directions. So that's why I always complete with the directions. And inviting your spirit down into your cells with all your light, color spectrum of your soul into your heart, into your cells. And imagine you're breathing into your cells, and with the breath, you're releasing the old energies. And all your light can come into the cells, into these new places. And imagine you're releasing this cell membrane for all the old information, and there's a new fresh membrane. So we connect to our stem cells, which is creation, and the blueprint of our organs, the blueprint of creation is active now. The blueprint of us in complete coherence with ourselves, with each other is here. Breathing into your heart space. Beautiful, beautiful. Everybody else is responsible for their own systems. I want to honor all our ancestors in the ancestral line because they all just took a jump too. And now everything that, honoring that I'm connected to my own channel, with creation, with God, consciousness, with source, whatever your belief systems are. And now your knowing can drop deeper. It's like your inner compass can drop deeper into your cells, into your gut, into the heart brain, into the brain, into your cells, that you're direct aligned within your own compass, your own channel. A new connection with you, your cells. Now your new front supports your new back because you've changed. Your new back supports your new front because you've changed. Whole new left side supports the whole new right side because you've changed. Whole new right side supports the whole new left side because you've changed. Above supports below. Below supports what above. My whole being can drop into my new vessel, which is clearer, Innocence is in, vitality is in, curiosity is in. I invite you to bring curiosity in, that is spirit, how this plays out, how the day plays out, how I change in the next days. Bring curiosity in, gratitude to ourselves for getting here. And now let's share these new frequencies with the ancestors, with my mom, dad, grandparents, great-grandparents, all the way through the ancestral lines to the beginning of time. These new radiant frequencies, innocence, peace, surrender, all the completed contracts done. Now my ancestors also have completed their soul contracts, and now they've developed, they're more whole, their inner childs are more innocent, they're more aligned. And now their inner children, my ancestors, send the love, radiate the love back to us. They're radiating the love through the ancestral lines from the beginning of time to the great-grandparents, grandparents, parents, to ourselves, to our children, to our siblings, to the world around us. As our ancestors are radiating with new gifts, new qualities, we're radiating with new qualities, and now we can radiate these new qualities to the entire universe and to every child on this planet, to every soul on this planet, this new radiant love and innocence. And we're all the child of Creator, God, the universe. And loving that child, I feel you, I hear you, I need you, I love you, I support you, I'm with you. New connection with self, new connection with the world around us, creation around us. More of our essence can even come in as we've changed and developed. Freshness and the vitality in the body, in the cells, in our organs. New, fresh beginning. So my new life path is ahead of us because we've changed it. New level of consciousness is here because I'm living it now. New choices, new free will. Beautiful. We did it. Breakthrough. Fresh beginning. And tomorrow or on Sunday, I'm doing another webinar, and it's called Kindness. And I want to bring more kindness into the world, into our lives first, into the world around us. So that came true from Spirit to really do a webinar on kindness, and what a beautiful world we'll be in when we activate more kindness. So I invite you to be part of that webinar I'll be doing, that you can be more kind to yourself and your loved ones and the people around you, and to your ancestors too, and it will transform the whole system. Thank you for being part of this full moon webinar. Thank you to our guides, our ancestors, sending them love and gratitude, to our helpers, our councils, star councils, to all of us. We're all here to support us, each other. Each soul is unique with qualities. We're uncomparable in a way because we have a huge amount of wealth of qualities and keys to share with each other. And there's so much love for each one of us, from our ancestors and from Source. And on a collective level on the planets, we're here and we're evolving through these experiences. It's time to evolve and raise our level of consciousness through acceptance, compassion, and choices of not being played, because even the puppet masters have been played, and really connecting to ourselves on all levels. Sending you all love and gratitude. Thank you everyone for being part of this webinar, and maybe I see you on Sunday for the kindness webinar, or I have the leadership of the heart activation webinar coming up as well. This is leadership, which I've been working the last few months on, and there's recordings there as well if you'd like to dive into them. They really will activate the core leader in you and then radiate that into the people around you and the world around you, so you can live your purpose. So thank you for your support, and thank you for being part of this webinar. Thank you, Sergio, for the work in the background. Sending you all love and gratitude, and to the ancestors too, to all your ancestors and their inner children who are sacred, innocent, needed, loved, and courageous. I invite them all to be inspirational, not a rebel. Be inspirational and inspire each other. Let's all inspire each other with our grace, with our talents, with our love. Enjoy the new you. Thank you. And if you feel like sharing this webinar, if it made any imprint in you in a positive way, I invite you to press like so we can spread it more. I invite you to share it so we can spread it more. And if you want to share it with more friends so they also can make this shift. Also, you can watch it as many times as you want. It'll keep going deeper and deeper each time you watch it. And enjoy it. Thank you.